Yes, could you please talk about, the challenges that you came across in Medیتورها and introduce yourself and talk generally about what you had experienced during this time that you worked with us.
Okay, so I'm Bisma and I'm a proofreader working with Medیتورها, and I'm also a third-year medical student in Shears University of Medical Sciences.
So it's my 6-year medical student from Towns.
Well, honestly, I've had a pretty good experience with this whole, every member of this whole work ethic is doing their extreme best. I've observed that, and the translators are quite good.
And so far, from my tenure of 6 months working in Medیتورها, I have been exposed to a range of opportunities, but yes, of course, equally, I faced many obstacles. So first off, I'll talk about the pros, which obviously are the opportunities that I came across. Firstly, the world of research writing was uncovered in front of me, so I became acquainted with the basic nuances of research writing, which include grammar, punctuation, spelling, and the manipulation of syntax. And secondly, it gave me a chance to explore my career directions, and partly due to the fact that I worked on a variety of topics ranging from dental radiology and obstetrician gynecology to ophthalmology and general medicine. And finally, it has given me a sense of economic independence, even though I don't really earn so much from here, but it has definitely taken me in that direction. So overall, I could say that it has helped me gain experience and skills that can definitely benefit me and all of us who are working here, both academically as well as professionally.
So for me, the most challenging part was incomplete translation done by translators. For example, if they translate a sentence, they translate it incompletely, not completely. For example, half of the sentence got translated and they missed half of it. So that part is so challenging for me.
The only problem is most of them are not native English speakers, and we have to consider that there has to be problems. But from my observations, they're doing a very good job. It's just that everyone has a bit of more. You have to do a bit more, you have some place you have to improve. Like for instance, from my observation, I've realized that most of the sentences, based on the translation, sometimes there's this lack of coherence. In one paragraph, I have multiple sentences. I'm looking for that link between this sentence and that sentence and the next within the same paragraph.
Now, talking about the cons, and like other fields, this too, it comes with its own cons that cause quite many impediments. So for instance, improper translation is one of them. It's one of many, which as we all know, it hampers the efficiency of the entire process.
And the other thing was use of the terminologies. Improper use of terminologies was the most challenging part.
But then it comes due to the translation, the sentences come, and sometimes I get confused whether these sentences are related or not. Do they belong to the same paragraph? Are they even talking about the same topic? So there is that problem.
And another point is that when the writers themselves, they fall short and they communicate the sentences in an improper manner. And this really frustrates us both as translators and as proofreaders. So even here, if we contact the writer and directly confront them on this issue, it could really ease the entire process.
Sometimes, I think maybe you know about this, I usually ask for the Farsi text to get the reference, to actually kind of get an insight about what actually that whole sentence or that paragraph is talking about.
And also proofreaders should read the Persian text, not only the English text. If we do the proofreading of English text, what will happen? We will do the proofreading of the translated part, not the original text. So that was the most challenging part for me.
And lastly, and most essentially, is that a contact should be established between the proofreader and the translator, and that's this I mentioned earlier as well in our WhatsApp chats. And it's very essential because it makes sure that any doubt, confusion, and ambiguity it clears off.
So I think so. They have to understand the sentence, then they have to translate it. Without understanding, just translating word to word is the most basic mistake done by the translators. And also for the proofreaders, I want to mention this thing. For proofreaders also, they have to understand the points and then the proofreading.
So here my word of advice to the translator is going to be that if the translator translates the sentence in simpler words rather than avoiding the use of extravagant words, and so that the meaning of the sentence is clear, that would be great.
But I mean, besides that, I really did not experience that much problem. I guess probably the people who have worked with me have had they're very good at what they do. So there really has been very little problem from my side.
I do agree with the lack of coherence when somehow the juvenile translators are translating some of the text and the manuscripts. Really it's going to be very confusing for the proofreaders to edit the whole work and find a meaningful and logical pattern across the article.
And I hope so that our stay here and the stay of everybody over here who are working with us as translators or as proofreaders, it stays fruitful and we all succeed in our career options, and that's going to be my last words. Thank you.
But overall, I think we're doing very well, and with improvement, it's going to get even better and better. Really, everyone's doing very good.